I decided to do an experiment. What was the experiment, you ask? Well, I decided to go without caffeine for 30 days. Let's jump into the first vlog. So it's day 1 of no caffeine, and what I've decided to do is actually roast some coffee, and this is decaf right over here. So starting off with the experiment, I didn't really have too many expectations going into it, but I just wanted to observe myself and see how I would react by not having caffeine in my body for those 30 days. Okay, so it's January 22nd, and I've been a couple of days now without caffeine. However, I have been drinking decaf, and I roasted my own decaf beans, and they have been not too bad. Pretty much it gives you the same type of mouthfeel that coffee would have, but the tastes are kind of artificial and something is just slightly off. So as long as I don't think of it as coffee, it is a great substitute for anyone who needs their coffee fix. The experiment has been going well so far. I don't have any crazy withdrawal symptoms or anything. During these first few days, I decided to roast some decaf beans and try it out for a bit. And in my opinion, it was a good attempt to kind of substitute coffee with decaf coffee. But I found another beverage that was even better. I've been mixing my drinking routine up a bit, so now I have this lemon, ginger, chili flake, honey mixture going on. So on January 24th, I was actually feeling the withdrawal symptoms. I'm actually feeling like I'm having a caffeine withdrawal. And what I decided to combat it with was buying some candy. So I got some chocolate here, I got some Mentos. But more importantly, I feel that my mood has become slightly lower without the caffeine, and I was getting these cravings for sweet stuff, which was not common at all because I usually don't eat a lot of sweet things. I eat mostly salty snacks, but this time around I was craving something and I just ended up buying a lot of sweet stuff. So it's kind of fascinating how I think it changed my mood a bit, and we'll see what happens in the coming days and weeks. It's February 4th, and I've been many days now without caffeine. And sadly enough, I had to abort the experiment just a bit. I had to work 2 days during this period where I thought that I didn't need to work. So there's some cheat days in there, but none of those consumptions of caffeine that I had were really more than a cup of coffee. I must say that I've gotten used to it by now. It's not that hard to not think about caffeine, but the biggest thing is to actually not consume it randomly. Being aware of the caffeine areas around you and just pushing it as far away as possible so that you don't have that temptation to just try a bit or drink a bit. What did I gain from this experiment? Well, I gained a lot of realization on how caffeine really has a big impact on my life. I love the process of making coffee, and I realized that even though I don't drink coffee just for its caffeine qualities, it still has an impact on my life, and I also get the slight itch for having a cup of coffee around a week into not having coffee, which was quite interesting. My sleep schedule actually didn't change at all. Normally I drink my coffee in the late morning, early afternoon, and that gives the caffeine enough time to get out of my body before I go to sleep. So I normally slept around 7 to 8 hours pretty nicely, and during this experiment I still slept 7 to 8 hours. I still really enjoy coffee and it's a big part of my life. I still work as a barista and I just really enjoy the whole craft, the taste, and everything around coffee. But what this experiment has, however, shown me is that caffeine really is a drug. You can get reliant on it. You can have that slight itch and urge to get that caffeine fix. If you've come this far, make sure to comment down below if you have ever taken a break from caffeine. And if you have, I would love to hear your story of that break. I'll see you in the next video.